If you want to grow a big back, you don't want to miss this video.
Go, more.
Gets him close to failure.
Maximus. But today I can be gluteus, you can be Maximus. Squeeze.
But before we get started, this is how these gym bros might have met.
What's going on, bro? Good.
It's happening. We're going to hit back attack today, where Kwame is going to suggest a couple of things. I'll suggest a couple of things.
What we're going to be doing here, anyone can do.
13 years in the making.
This is the first time we've properly trained together.
We'll have some fun with it, and we'll show you how you can be flexible with your training.
We want to bring to you guys as much knowledge as possible. What are we starting with first?
We'll go wide grip, plate pull down. Again, I find about sort of thumbs width in.
So you go thumbs up, like that?
Yeah.
So more like a lat kind of focus as well? So
and then I
nice
find when
flick.
I drive down, almost, if I try and keep my elbows almost in front of the torso a little, rather than let them go back.
And I think that's one of the biggest things with lat pull downs that kind of threw me off for a little while, because I stopped doing so much lat pull down from the cable perspective, because I was finding single arm so effective.
Yep.
And with single arm, one of the cues was always keeping those elbows forward so I can engage my lats a lot more.
Yep. I think that's something that has become a little bit more common knowledge the last couple of years, is people are talking about it more, which is good, because you know what it's like back in the day. If you want a wide back, do wide pull down. And that was, you'd follow Ronnie Coleman's program or Jay Cutler's back attack program. But half the time, there weren't these technique cues in there. Biomechanics wasn't really discussed that much. Whereas
100%.
now, we've got access to all this information, almost too much information, right? So
and that actually leads me to a question. There's a lot nowadays about like science-based lifting.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on science-based lifting? Like, do you
Which side of the fence do I sit on? I think the sweet spot is somewhere in the middle. I think you've got your camp that's probably a little too focused on every millimeter, every biomechanical angle.
Yeah.
And then you've got your camp that's very bro. That can be very much about, it's just effort.
Yeah.
I think you need to combine the two.
Because, I think so too.
Great technique without intensity and effort is not going to yield the best results. Just as using momentum and throwing the weight around, not only is there a bigger injury risk, but
100%.
you're probably not going to activate that target tissue as much. So I'm somewhere in the middle. I think science is a good way to, I guess, direct our thought process.
Yes.
But I also think as well, you have to look at some of these guys, their anecdotal evidence where, some of these bodybuilders, although it may not seem optimal, it did work, So I think finding the sweet spot in the middle.
Yeah. And I think like everyone is different, right? So like, you get that scientific evidence that's showing this does this, but how many people has it been tested on that have that similar genetic potential to you? So what I always say is like trial and error, right? Figure out what works for you. But it's awesome to have all that evidence out there. Yep. And like you said, you still need technique, you need the science behind it, but you also need intensity, right? So,
and I think because, we're talking about human bodies, there is so many moving parts, there's so many variables. Unless you had someone in a lab that, you removed all their external stresses in their life, you measured their sleep down to the minute, you measured their water intake, like it's very hard to replicate these tests and studies because everyone lives different lifestyles, everyone has different genetics, so we have to use the science and these studies as a ballpark, but then refine them to perhaps what we find works well with us.
No, I agree. And also, like, another thing here, you were saying actually movements, right, in the human body. One thing I personally do, which I find pretty helpful when I'm doing a pull down, for instance, I'll pull down and on my way up, I lean my body slightly forward while keeping my chest up, and I get a very good stretch on my lats as well too. Yes, it's again,
I think because you're just forcing yourself into that overhead extension a bit more.
So I get that nice little stretch, and I mean, again, if you're out there, give it a try, see if that works well for you, and let us know.
On that, I do find sometimes people that just let their scaps go.
Yeah.
I still, as I go into that extension, I still almost imagine keeping some tension through the scaps, holding them down and back. But
I was explaining something like that to someone yesterday, actually. I said, think of it like a rubber band, right? When you are even doing your eccentric or your negative part of the movement, keep that tension the whole time. Don't just let go. Keep that controlled tension on the movement. And a great way to actually keep that tension on is to make sure your mind is also switched on, your focus is switched on. Like right now, Benny's into his set. He's fully focused on his set, especially through that whole motion, he's keeping his muscles activated, not just letting go and letting his joints take over. And I think that's very important.
I mean, it's half the movement, right?
It literally
is. That eccentric phase. So
it literally is.
You don't want to skimp out on it. And again, there's a bit of conflicting evidence coming out. They used to say that you should spend more time in the lowering phase. Now people are saying maybe you don't need to spend as much.
True.
But I think from an injury prevention standpoint, and if you struggle to feel a muscle group, try slowing down your eccentric.
True, I've always agreed with that too.
Yep, if you can't feel your chest working, I guarantee if you start to slow down the lowering phase of your dumbbell chest press, your bench press, you will start to feel your chest more.
You start to feel it.
And you're going to feel safer as well.
Here's my thought process on that too, and I love that, is I love the concentric phase because I think it's an activation phase, right? Because that's when your muscles do get that squeeze, right? I think your concentric phase is great for also building mind-muscle connection, but after a few sets, you'd have warmed up, you'd have built that, get that stretch. Where you are stronger, slow that down, increase that tension. And we already know that like taking the muscle through a longer range of motion has been sometimes proven to help with building hypertrophy. So increasing that tension there can help. Nice. Good. Nice. Good. Really, really good focus right there. That's one thing.
So we're starting to get up there a little bit now. I'll probably go, see how this feels for you.
Yeah.
I reckon working set will be either the next one or depending on how heavy you want to go.
Yeah.
This is probably still an easy warm up for you, man.
Nah, I feel it. It's good though. You know, one thing I'm actually pretty excited about is training back with this lad. He has one of the better backs I've seen in most people. I'm not just saying that because it's him, like just objectively speaking, one of the best backs I've seen as well too on a natural athlete. So that's pretty cool. And you know, you get to learn a lot by watching people do what they do and, you know, picking their brain and seeing what works for you. So I'm pretty excited about this session, pretty pumped. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep up, but let's have some fun. Let's go.
Working set time.
Working set time. So what do you usually do for working sets? Because I know a lot of people have, there's so much controversy with volume, right?
Yep.
So, you know, that dude over there would say we do 5 working sets. Nah, joking. Nah. So some people will say, you know, do 1 to 2 sets. What would you usually do for your working sets?
I think if you're looking for general ballpark guidelines, I think the bigger and harder the movement, the less working sets you can get away with. So something like, let's use a pendulum squat for an example, or even something like this. For me, it's 2 working sets.
Yep.
Now, for isolated movements,
Yep.
I think, you know, 3, sometimes like even for calves, I'll do 4.
Yep.
I think it's all relative, but for a beginner, this is something that's really important. I would suggest more working sets for a beginner because they probably, and this is no disrespect, but they probably aren't training to true failure. And so if you often tell a beginner 2 exercises on a lat pull down, they'll get on there and they'll do their 10 to 12 or 12 to 15, whatever it may be. They barely break a sweat and then they move on to the next movement. Now, in that case, you want to try and make up for some of that lack of intensity with a little bit more volume.
I definitely agree as well too. And again, no disrespect, but when I was starting to train, I was also learning the movements, right?
Yep.
So your motor neurons are also getting used to it. You know, the more you do, the more you learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because they're not going to true failure, which eventually they will learn, they're getting better at the exercise by
Correct,
doing it
yeah.
more. So I'm 100% on board with
I
that.
use the analogy with my clients, it's like a tennis serve, right? When you're trying to learn to serve a tennis ball, you're not just going for aces because you're barely getting the ball in the court.
Yeah.
Some will go over the back fence, some will go into the net. But once you refine that skill, then you add more power. And then you can get more from less.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I just remembered my first like tennis hit. Like I just tried to like manpower and then went
Yep, yep, it can happen,
When the
man.
first
It can happen. All right, let's see how this goes.
All right, let's get this pumping.
8 to 12 here.
So aim for 8 to 12 reps.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. 1. Good. So one thing I've noticed here is he's going heavy, but there's so much control on this, and that's something that is probably often asked. Do I go heavier and go faster, or do I go heavy and controlled? Now, it depends on the person, depends on how you train and your style of training. I'm not going to tell you to do anything, but with this level of control, he can maintain form, and he's still pushing to a high intensity that gets him closer to failure. So,
I'll grab a spot.
let's go. Let's go.
Let's go again.
Nice.
One more.
Nice. Squeeze. Nice, man. Solid, bro. That's solid. That's why
thanks,
he's got that back, man. You wait till he takes the pump cover off. You guys are gonna be shocked. It's insane. Hey, that was mad, bro.
Thank you.
Hopefully I can even
That
do
was
like
good.
one
No,
or
you'll
two
be
reps.
fine. You'll be fine. Easy, man. Let's go. Big set. Nice. Beautiful. Drive those elbows, man. Awesome. Good. You got it, man. Keep the control. Drive. Excellent. Let's go. You know where. Drive. Okay, set starts now. Let's go. Drive, 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 drive. And again. Go, 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 go. More, more, more. And again. Go, 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 go. That. Yep. Nice, man.
One more.
Down.
Thank
Good
you.
set.
Thanks, man.
How'd it feel?
Good, good. Good push. That was good.
I didn't count.
I didn't count it. But I could feel my back and I could feel it working. I was getting very close to failure as well, too, especially on that last rep. So that's how you measure intensity, right?
Correct.
Because it can be quite different with everyone. Like sometimes you've been given like 10 reps to do. You know, you want to get a few reps in, but you're also going to go by feel, right?
Yep.
As well.
I think that's something as well where if you've got a program with a rep range, think of that as like a guide, right? If you decide to progressively overload and go heavier the next week and you're meant to get 8 to 10, if you only get 7, that's not a failure by any means. It's
That's
something
true.
that it's important to test your limits every now and then, safely of course, but if you never test those limits, you never find out where they are.
Oh, I like that.
So you can trademark it.
My next Instagram post, stay tuned.
But you can, like even today, with where we're at with our weight, we've got that target we're trying to hit, but you might have a really good day where you're meant to get 8 to 10, you might get 11 or 12. So you have to be able to, like you can't just be rigid like a brick with your training programming, you have to be able to have the skill set to be somewhat flexible as well.
Yeah.
And make decisions as you go.
No, I agree with that.
I'm probably gonna go the same again.
Yep.
I reckon I'll do 2 heavy sets and then I'll do a set of like, we'll go 3 biscuits.
Yes.
And that'll probably be like a 12 to 15 rep set. So I'll go one more heavy one of like, I'm sure it's gonna be 8 to 12.
Yep.
You go and then we'll go a lighter one.
Let's do this.
I might change this as well. I did jiu-jitsu for a while, because you did it too, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did jiu-jitsu as well.
And then I busted my elbow.
Bro, you pull your hamstrings so fucking easy.
Yeah. No, I loved it. I did, but it was
I did
just,
love it though.
I was still trying to train like a bodybuilder and also do jiu-jitsu, and I wasn't recovering, man. I was not recovering. As much as I wanted to continue, and my thing is as well, is like, I hate to be bad at something, so
Yeah.
I was going out there twice a week and wondering why I wasn't catching up to these guys that were going 5 times a week. And
That's fair though.
oh mate, the first night I went out there, I got folded like origami by a 16-year-old young lad, and it's a very humbling, like full
very
respect
humbling.
to any martial
Very
artist.
humbling.
It's a very both, you know, physical and mental. It's a very tough journey.
Let's go.
All right.
Nice. Good. 1, 2. Nice. 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
Good. 1. Push. 6.
Perfect spot.
Nice.
Oh, 3 more. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Nice, bro.
Oh man.
That's mad. That's mad. That was
That was
solid.
a great spot. Spotting's like an art, right? It's
It's, do you know what as well too? It's like, I'll say it comes from experience as well. Like, you know, sometimes when you have a training partner, you usually spot in a certain way, but just with movements like this, we find the harder movements usually just getting right down, right?
Just in that really shortened position.
That shortened position. I think that's where I was looking at how he was pulling, and I was like, he's going pretty well with that, and then just coming down, he was lacking a little bit of range at the
It's
bottom.
the last
when he was
inch,
failure.
man. I just need that last inch
last
everywhere.
No,
I assume you don't have that problem, bro. All right, big set, man. Let's go. Here we go, man. You know what to do. Let me know when you need that spot. Good. Beautiful, man. And again. Still you, man. Still you. Drive. Good. Again. Nice. Good. Come on, man. Big set now. Go, 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 go. And again. Drive, 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 drive. Nice, bro.
Thanks, man.
Good
That
job.
was, again, perfect spot, man. Literally just one.
I think when you've done it for a while, right? You know, like you said, where you need it,
Yeah.
how much you need, and the thing of spotting. I remember, right? I was doing a safety bar squat at Derrimut, and when I squat, I look like I'm dying, almost from rep 1. Like the pupils are coming out, bloodshot. And I remember I was trying to hit failures, like a 10 to 12 set, right? And a guy's walked behind me and obviously seen me dying and decided, oh, he needs a spot. And because I had the headphones in, blaring and everything, I could barely talk. So he started spotting me, and I didn't want to say anything, but he was taking so much. I ended up getting 21 reps, I think. And it was like, that was worse than if I just hit failure. So like, sometimes if you spot too much, just be aware when you're spotting someone. You don't want to leave them hanging on the bench press with the bar bent around their chest.
That is true, yeah.
You want them to still work, right?
Yeah.
And really with a spot, I think you're trying to help them for maybe 2 or 3 reps,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
You want to extend that set for,
Yeah.
if they're still going for, you know, if you're spotting them for 8, 9, 10, you're doing the work.
You're doing
out
the
there,
work,
right?
yeah.
So what we'll do now, 3 plates, so it's not light, but this is our back off set where we'll just try and get a little bit higher in that rep range. And then what often I'll do, I might even do some lengthened partials at the end.
Yep.
They are trending at the moment, and
Yeah.
I think it's a tool to have in your toolkit. I don't think you should rely upon them.
Yeah.
But for some movements like this where it's safe to use,
Yes.
I think they have their application.
And this is, again, one thing I love about like training with people where they've got that much wealth of knowledge, because some of you may not have even heard of lengthened partials, but you get to see it now. So let's all learning, right? We take on these things, and I'm gonna bust out one of my favorite things I love when I train the back. Later, I'm not gonna tell you guys. You're gonna have to watch the full video to find out.
You've got me nervous now, man.
No, it's good. It's a good one.
Whew, I might even.
Nice.
I wonder if we even get like
a different
a front
angle.
one.
Yeah. So if you want to see the behind the scenes of this, it's Benny setting up this camera over there. We're getting all the angles, fam, just for you. We put in this work, so guys, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Help push that engagement.
This might be a fail or it might work.
There should be a series, Benny setting up his tripod. What's up, guys?
Yeah, hold there. It was focusing on you.
Shit. All right, let's go. Woo. A wide angle for this one. All right, nice and set. Good. Nice. Woo. Let's go. That's mad. Good. Nice. So. Nice. Let's go. Good. Nice. Nice. Nice.
3.
Nice. Nice. Number. Push.
Okay. I'll go through some lengthening.
Nice. So these are the lengthened partials. It's getting that nice little stretch. See that movement with him getting that stretch in. Shoulders move in. Gets that nice full stretch. Benna, bro. Benna. So,
oh, you're gonna like that one.
Ben, run us through what you just did here.
So essentially, when I couldn't get any more full range reps, on a lot of movements you'll find if you can't take the muscle through its full range, you still will be able to take the muscle through a partial range. So on a lot of movements, that tends to be the lengthened portion.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you might do it on a pec deck where you just do shortened partials, but what we're trying to do is a lengthened partial here. So when I couldn't get any more full range reps, I was just working in that lengthened position. And I think what's really important with the lengthened stuff, really using control, because you're at the end range of a joint and muscle typically, so you need to use a lot more caution. So just make sure if you are trying them for the first time, be careful, slow the tempo down a little bit, and just do what you feel comfortable with. Like, for example, a dumbbell chest fly, or even a pec deck, just be careful in that end range, especially if you feel a little bit more vulnerable through your shoulders. Whereas something like this, I feel pretty safe. I'm sure you probably do as well. So
yeah, I definitely agree, and I want to touch on the point of like what he meant by when he said control. So a lot of people do pulse reps, where it's like these little short partial reps, basically like what we just did, and I see a fast movement. Okay, again, you still want that tension, you still want that control, and I guarantee you just try it and see the difference it makes, as opposed to when you go fast, you literally will take a lot of the tension of the muscle if you go so much quicker. Like 100% guarantee you.
That felt great, man.
Oh, I'm ready to go. Ready to die. Let's go.
Easy, man. Big set here. Nice. Right through here. Good. And again, drive. Perfect. Good, man. Plenty left in that tank. Yeah. Good. Again. Down, down, down. Good. And again. Drive, drive, drive. Yep. And again. Go, go, go. All the way, all the way, all the way. Partials. Let's go. 1. Stretch. 2. Good. Stretch. 3. Couple more if you can. And again. Drive. And again. Nice, man. Good job. Excellent. Good
That
set.
felt good. That felt good. I like that.
So, bro,
Nice
get
little
this out of the
finish
way
on
for
that
you.
one too. So that was good. I could really feel that. I mean, there's not much back. You see a real back once this guy takes his pump cover
Was that a
off.
solar eclipse? We just lost daylight.
Gee.
That one really, it's like delayed onset.
Yeah, man. Oh,
When you
bro,
were
I felt
talking to me
that.
over there, I was like, fuck, man, my lower lats.
Alright, so if you could only pick one movement for back, what would it be?
Ooh, I like questions like these. I think my answer would change at different points of my lifting career.
Yeah.
It's hard because back being such a multi-directional muscle group, I do think that it's hard to choose one movement, a do it everything movement. Now,
Yeah.
some people would then argue and say it's the deadlift.
Yeah.
For me, I probably wouldn't have that as my go-to. I would probably I do love a good T-bar row,
Yeah.
but I do love an overhead pull down. So I'm torn. I'd have to flip a coin, I think. I would
Yeah.
almost say, I would almost go on overhead movement just because that would target your lats a little more
Yes.
typically than a T-bar row. And I think just with other movements in the gym and depending on if you did like an RDL as your only movement for hamstrings,
Yeah.
you will still get a bit of that mid and lower back going. So
Yeah.
that would, you put me in a hard position,
it's
man.
a hard one. Like,
It's like choosing a favorite child. What
see,
do I do?
Usually I don't know pose with them, but this time I'm gonna go lightweight, baby. I'll take like a rack pull, to be honest.
Okay, yep.
Only because if I only had one movement where I thought like it will basically hit your whole back entirely, and like you get that depth and density.
Yep.
Through lat pull down, and I can also progressively load. Like I've got measurable, progressively load easy. Like sometimes it varies with machines and becomes harder to progressively
Yeah.
load.
Yep.
And if I'm a beginner training, like you said, it's very hard to sometimes know where my point of failure is.
Yep.
With a rack pull or a deadlift, you'll feel that failure point very easily.
Yep.
But only just because the execution of the exercise is actually quite easy.
Yeah.
When it comes to like other back movements, sometimes it gets a little bit technical.
You're right, you
And,
are right.
yeah,
Arm
so-
path and the way the torso's positioned. Are you using momentum? Are you not? Is it full
Exactly.
range of motion?
Yeah.
I think on that as well, I guess not a lot of people want to hear this, but an answer to a lot of these questions is it depends, right?
Sure, it's very subjective.
It's all contextual. And
True,
I
true.
think if I was choosing like, the reason I guess why I went for a lat pull down is if you were to say like, choose 2 lower body movements, one of them would be an RDL.
Yep.
Barbell, heavy,
Yeah.
and one of them would be a squat pattern. Probably at the moment a pendulum squat because I love that.
Yeah. They
But then
humble
if I didn't have those in there,
Yeah.
then I definitely think there's more merit to like a a rack pull or something
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that. So-
and I agree. I agree with that.
Different
as well. So
tools
it's very contextual, and that's why we are bringing the knowledge and our experience to you, and you guys can take as much of what you want from it and apply it. And if it works for you, keep it. If it doesn't, drop a comment and tell us why it didn't, so we can actually get back to you and see if we can help you as well too. So, because I mean, this is all about like trying to bring like knowledge, as much knowledge and our experience, and share that with you guys so it can help you guys as much as possible. So, there's certain things that are also gonna differ. Like we've got different like body parts, we've got different genetics. Like this guy's got a fucking huge turtle back, and mine is tiny, and I'm working on it. But
Tiny,
but do you know what I mean? You can always benefit from people's experiences and knowledge as well too. And knowledge is power.
Yep. I think that's a big thing. Like just to touch on what Kwame said, you have to understand that there's no one size fits all. And I think the best thing you can do is go out and learn a heap of different knowledge. Take it away, apply it, refine it, and see what suits you and your body type.
Beautiful. Perfectly said.
All right, let's row next, shall we? Or do you want to choose? You choose next.
No, I want you to choose. I'm just gonna implement like a technique in the movement.
I mean, you can't go wrong with this T-bar
T-bar
row.
row,
It's
yeah.
quite good.
Perfect.
The lighting.
That could have been your pick actually. That's actually not a bad exercise too.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. I need more caffeine.
I love the exercise. I find the T-bar myself quite challenging as well too. And I think like
Over. I think as well when you're doing it properly, it should be hard.
it should be hard. And like again, you're trying to get like a longer range.
Yep.
So, you know, there's quality and then there's quantity. You know, people be like, I want to do more reps or whatever, but the quality of your reps is what counts.
With a platform like this, it doesn't really allow for shorter people and or taller people. It's sort of like you have to make the best you can with a one-size-fits-all approach.
True.
That's why I find this one, I sometimes will even run a plate under my feet.
Yeah. Nice. Good. Very interesting take on the way Ben does his T-bar row, and I actually like this and I'm excited to try because I usually retract my scapula and keep that up on the top and almost kind of give myself a bit of a movement up. But I love, like, he's got a lot more stability actually on the T-bar row. So for me, this is actually cool because I'm excited to try it this way. Less movement, less shakes, and I feel like I'm probably gonna feel my back a lot better as well too. So I'm excited.
I think what's good with something like this is basically it's a grip and rip, where as long as you keep your chest on and a little bit of chest movement off the pad's okay, but all I really think about here, and it's a good one for any beginners, if you just focus on getting your elbows back as far as you can behind you, you're automatically gonna pull your shoulder blades together.
Yeah.
You'll work the entire mid-traps, rhomboids. You'll get a little bit of lat in there as well. Now this T-bar row, the handle pivots.
These are how I'll personally do a T-bar row, and I come back a little bit.
Yep.
But
do you feel that a little more in your lat?
I'm actually liking yours better, to be honest. And
okay,
cool. I'm actually liking just staying on here, explosive, but still keeping my back on and not moving too far back, especially after those.
And next set, give it a go overhand. I've tried both on this, the neutral and overhand. I find the overhand, maybe it's my bony structure, but I do find the overhand a little bit better, just the angle. Nice, man.
I'm actually interested to try the overhand because I'm usually such a neutral, cool kind of guy, so that'll be interesting.
I just find with how this handle pivots, like some chest supported T-bar rows, they'll have the fixed handle. Which I do find I probably like a little more, but I've become accustomed to this one, so I'll probably throw on that 10 now, man, and this will be close to a working set.
Yeah. And one of the things I find as well too is after I've done my first...
I'll just go one, bro, otherwise I'll fall
After I've done my first or second movement, like, well, I've exhausted, got quite a lot of energy out, I move quicker into my working set.
Yep,
you know,
exactly.
Like our first one, we took like 4 sets to warm up into our working set, and now it's just 2. Because I could already like feel that on that first set. And that's something that you guys could learn with gauging how closer you are to failure. Like, what are some of the signs of close to failure? Slower reps.
You got the concentric is normally starting to slow. You might shake a little bit. You'll find the range of motion will become less. They're probably your 3 main ones.
It's actually not too bad.
Nice, man. And when you do these T-bar rows as well, you'll see with Kwame, don't be afraid to let your shoulders protract and to actually get that stretch. Sometimes people feel like they have to be really fixed and keep the scapula back the whole time, but again, when we talked about the lengthen phase on our lat pull downs, the same applies with this T-bar row, so you can actually get that nice big stretch and take it through its full range. How'd that feel?
To be honest, that's a working for me,
It's pretty hard,
I think that's a working for me, bro.
I might try a 5 and
definitely
throw the grips on. We'll see how it goes. If it's very ugly, then we'll go back to the 50, but I'll have a quick drink and see how it goes. It's nice this time of day, and it's really good.
It's so nice and quiet as well too. Question. I love to throw in random questions though in the middle of our sets. If you were starting the gym, okay, first day in the gym, okay, and you were going to be doing a split, like what would be your split? Would you do a gym bro split? Would you be doing back day? Like,
I started with a gym bro split, and so I have some nostalgic loyalty there. I still really like it.
Yeah.
I think I'd firstly ask the individual, how many days a week can you train?
Yes.
Because if they said, well, I can only train 2 days a week or 3,
Yeah.
how do you split that up? Chest and arms and that's it?
That's it, yeah.
So I guess now with what I know,
Yeah.
I would probably say somewhere, you know, around that push-pull legs is a good starting point.
Yeah.
Because then if you can only train 3 days, you're essentially still hitting everything.
Yeah.
And you still get a little bit of that feel of the bro days because you'll have
Yeah.
multiple exercises per muscle group. So
agree.
I would probably say a push-pull legs.
Yeah, I did start with a gym bro split as well. So there's so much similarities in a lot of what you've done as well.
It was the era that we were in,
It
right?
literally
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yep.
And I agree, it's all being time conscious as well too. And how also like some people, there's some freaks out there that like, you know, you've probably trained and their recovery in the start is so quick. And
Man,
then
when
you
you're
get
young,
some
you're
people,
bulletproof.
yeah. And then there's certain people that take longer to recover as well. So I could also judge it by that, like how long it's taking them to recover
Yep.
as well too. But
Even things
definitely
like
agree.
caffeine sensitivity. Like when I was younger, you know, I'd train 2.5 hours, I'd have a pre-workout at 5:36.
100%.
I'd get home, I'd have some dinner, I'd go to sleep, no
Yeah.
worries. Now,
No.
if I sniff a coffee at like 4 p.m., it's one sleep till Christmas.
Oh,
Like
that is literally
yeah,
me.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally me.
And that's why I'm glad we're training a bit early today, so we could have a little bit of stims.
That's
And
literally why I train early
Yep.
as well, because I'll just day in the life as well too. I'll have my like coffee or like pre-workout or whatever, and then after that I'm on the computer. So
Yep.
then I find like it's great for that brain stimulation as well.
And,
too.
and that, just on that, with the computer work, obviously we're in similar job roles,
Yeah.
but it's a fine line, that arousal curve, where
Yeah.
a bit of coffee, you get a lot of work done.
True.
Too much coffee,
Yeah,
and you get no work done. Like I've gone out the front to put something in the bin, and then the next minute I'm trimming the hedges. Like literally, and I've come back inside an hour later. So you can't stim too much.
Oh.
And that's important for the younger people out there
Yeah.
listening. Like, it's not about which pre-workout has the most amount of caffeine in there, because what goes up
100%.
must come down.
It's funny actually, like over the years, I've reduced my caffeine for my pre-workout. So I've actually been
Yep.
like, you know, like when I was younger, I'd probably go 1.5 scoops, sometimes 2. Now, I go half a scoop, and people can call me a PUSSY, but hey, man, that's good enough for me. Good push. Nice. Good. Nice.
I'll keep going, we'll go
Keep
2
going.
more.
Let's go.
Push.
Nice. Up. That's really nice.
Thanks, bro.
Solid, bro. That's mine.
Yeah, I think nowadays I gravitate more towards making my own pre-workout with, I'll use the creatine, the citrulline malate. I still like beta-alanine.
Yeah.
And often I'll have it with an espresso, like just a coffee shot, or
Yeah.
as I did today with a thermo fuel, because I knew it was going to be a big session.
And that's the thing, like, do you know what? Like, I only have my pre-workouts, like, full pre-workouts on days that I need it. Like, today I know I'm going to be training with this guy, so I needed it. But other days, like, you know, if it's like a muscle group that I find I can still kind of like, it's a like smaller muscle group. If I was going to do like shoulders and arms, for instance, I'll just have a coffee, and then I'll have like my creatine, all the other kind of stuff as well too. But the bigger days, like let's say legs or back, like those days, my pre-workout is definitely coming in.
And it's not that we're demonizing caffeine, but
No.
you got to use it and have some awareness on how using it. Like, you just don't want to go max stim every single session. But like you said, if you find like on a leg day, it's going to help you fire up and you're going to get a few more reps every set, that adds up over the course of a workout. So
And not to even get too scientific, like your caffeine is borrowed energy, right? It's literally not using glycogen stores. It's literally your adrenals. That's also being worked. So let's say you being a dad, like obviously you probably get a little bit more sleep now, but before, and if your sleep and all of that isn't, you're literally running your body
and you're
down.
covering up for something. If you need it every day, there's something that you need to address.
100%.
Nice, man. Awesome. Really good. Really good. Nice. Let me know when you need it. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Nice. Come on, man. Set starts now. That's it. Nice. And again, drive. Yep. Up. Squeeze. Nice. I couldn't even see that from there.
No,
nice set. I didn't tell you we snuck on that extra 5.
Shit, I'm creeping about that. So, I was saying before that I was gonna chuck in something, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna drop the weights. Now I'll jump in and do this first. So we're gonna drop this in quite lightweight. And touching on the topic of length and partials, we're almost kind of going to the opposite of it. So usually we hit the eccentric, this time we're gonna work something in the concentric, right? So we're going to be doing iso holds. I find iso holds for back is amazing, okay? What we're going to be doing is 1 rep, the highest point, get a squeeze, hold it for 1 second, okay? 2 reps, hold it for 2 seconds. We're gonna go all the way up to 5 and then down, pyramid.
All right, here we go.
So this is something I'll probably do like after a set, just kind of like a little finisher, getting that squeeze, because I find with this machine, it's very easy to get a stretch on.
Yep.
But it's also harder to get pull as far back and get that nice little squeeze. So
here we go. This is my first time doing this.
So I'm gonna
go easy on me. Good job. And then it's 2.
1, 2. So now I'll go 2 reps. 1, 2. Now 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, yeah, I got you. 1, 2. Excellent.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
You got it, bro.
And now I'm struggling to get all the way up, so I might need Benny to give me a spot for the 5.
Yep.
2, 3, 4,
1. Let's go. 2, 3, 4. Up.
And now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1. Come on. Almost there. 3. And again. Squeeze.
1, 2, 3.
Now 3. 1. Come on. 2. Come on. Again.
1, 2.
2.
That's 1.
Squeeze. Come on, Kwame. Go. Go. Well done. Wow. I didn't see this one coming.
That definitely took everything out of the tank for me.
You're filling me with confidence.
No, I mean, yeah, that was easy, bro.
Maximus. You know, I had to Google your gladiator name on the way here today. I couldn't remember what it was, so I was like, what was Kwame called in Maximus? So today I can be Gluteus, you can be Maximus.
Gluteus Maximus.
Oh. All right, so we go 1 and 1 hold.
Yep.
All right.
1.
1 and then 1 hold.
1 hold. Now,
okay.
2 reps. 1, 2. Then bring it up. 1, 2. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Bring it up. 1, 2, 3. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Let's go. 1, push, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Now go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
One more.
2, 3, 4. Nice. Let's go for 3.
Yep.
4, 1. Up. 2, 1, 3, 1, 2. Let's go. 2, 1, 2. Let's go. 1, 2. Last one. Up. Hold it. Nice. Good stuff, bro. Nice.
Man, I don't know why we didn't go up to 10. Oh, jeez. That's the first time I've done those. Man, that's effective.
It's one of those movements I think, like, get a massive pump as well too. Gets the blood flowing.
Yeah.
Hits those parts that
Dude,
we're doing.
I feel that a lot.
It's good. Man, look at your veins just popping everywhere.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was really effective. And I think, you know, we've gone through this phase of when we speak about this science-based movement, I feel like we're shifting back a little from it now, where you can't forget to have fun during training.
Exactly.
And man, that was fun.
That was fun.
This is the sort of stuff that made me fall in love with training.
Yeah.
You know? It's still effective. You're still taking a muscle, you know, to a point of fatigue and failure, but got a mega pump now. We're sweating now, which is good.
100%.
Like that, you still got to do it for the love of it. And something that you love, you'll stick at with a long time. Like, you won't get over it. Whereas if you're doing a program that's optimal, but you hate, I guarantee you're going to skip days. I guarantee there's going to be some workouts you don't even want to rock up, so you give it a half-assed effort. So don't forget, yes, there is, you know, optimal movement patterns and that sort of thing, but don't forget to love it, because at the end of the day, that's why we do it, right?
That's true. Oh, I agree 100% with that. Like, and that's why a lot of people start hating the gym. It's more because they're like, I get bored.
It becomes monotonous, you know? Cheers, bro. Whew. Ooh. Spicy.
Nice, nice.
You choose the next one, man.
Sorry?
You choose the next one.
Whoa.
Hey, man, how are you? I just like to have that front leg forward on the same arm that's rowing.
Okay.
And then essentially I just drive elbow straight down into my hip.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to row back, which is what I see a lot of people do. I just drive down, lengthen. If you really want to lengthen, sometimes I'll reach across the body a little bit.
I like that. That's cool.
I would normally do that on my last set, but bracing through that front foot, I push that into the bench, drive elbow down, and I do like to just lean into that lat a little bit. I just find it helps with the feel a little. Some people say the lean, you know, doesn't recruit any more lat, but I find, just personally, I do get a stronger contraction.
Oh shit, bro, I just realized something. I didn't turn on my Apple Watch, so my workout doesn't count.
We'll start from scratch.
Let's start again.
We'll start from scratch. Mate, you just joked the jokester. I thought something had actually happened. You know, I haven't worn a watch, man, for like, I think probably like 4 or 5 years. Since I stopped face-to-face PT.
Oh wow. Okay, so
I just use the sundial now.
the what?
Sundial, where the shadows are, and I'm kidding.
Wait, but actually, let's touch on the point of the watch, actually, because that's a very big one. Because I actually saw a video on Instagram the other day, and one guy was saying, like, they did like an experiment, and the Apple Watch, for instance, was like 30% off. Don't come for me, Apple. But, like, in calories.
Don't come for me.
Just in case you see this video, which you won't, but it's okay. Everyone tag Apple. But that's why actually it's good to hear your take on that, because some people aren't like big advocates for the watch, and then some people are. So what's your take? Like, what do you think?
I think we have access to more data nowadays, which is cool. We can use that, but I think a lot of people use that data to dictate too many of their decisions. Like, I've got an Oura Ring, you know, those sleep trackers.
Yep.
I purposely don't check it until after lunch, because I don't want to wake up in the morning, check it, and this ring tell me I've had a bad sleep, because then it might be placebo, but I will naturally feel more tired that day. Whereas sometimes, like I said, I won't check it till after lunch, and I might check it after lunch and I've been having a great morning, plenty of energy, and it might have said to me, you had poor sleep, take it easy today. And I don't want a ring to tell me how to train, but I think you can use that data and take it with a grain of salt. Like, don't rely upon these things, and I know they can be out quite a bit, like you said, with the calorie burns and that sort of thing. But hey, if an Apple Watch is going to get someone off the couch, and if you can become friends with people, can't you, on there?
Yeah.
And then if that's going to make you accountable, go for a walk that day, then I think it's great. But do I think it should be used as gospel?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I really, really love your take on it, because I resonate with it to some degree. I'm always going to have that little off take of it. Now, honestly, I 100% agree. And one of the things I noticed is a lot of people not just become so addicted to the watch, in my experience too, to the point where when you don't wear your watch, you feel like your workout was worthless. You feel like you didn't train. Okay. So I think the first thing you have to consider if you're going to wear any trackable is to make sure that that doesn't dictate your whole life. Like he was saying with the Oura Ring, he checks it during lunchtime because he doesn't want it to dictate how he's feeling. And you know, the brain is so powerful. And even like in the morning, for instance, people do affirmations because that can actually set their whole day. And I find that also, I find that 100%, a lot of what you believe actually basically almost comes into effect. I understand though, the Apple Watch is a great tool for you to potentially get motivated, get lots of trackables and lots of data out there, which can help improve your training and consistency. Okay, so that's a very great tool, but again, with great power comes great responsibility. Exactly, bro. Like, so if you're gonna have that power, make sure that that doesn't control you instead. And that's what often happens to people. And then, you know, they don't have the Apple Watch for like a day or two, and then boom, they're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do with my life? Cardio specifically, me personally, I really love having my Apple Watch. It gives me that indication of how much I've burned, but it also gives me that indication of like how much I'm improving, okay? Calories aren't accurate, but it just helps me with that intensity, like, because it will track my heart rate. Like, am I pushing as intense as I was the last time I was doing cardio? Mainly because cardio is not my strongest suit. So like, that motivates me.
You're not
like,
in the run club, not doing half marathons?
Not anymore. Hey, look, those are my new goals, bro. New goals. But yeah, I 100% agree with what Ben said in that, and I think it's a very important thing. It's not the data, it's just how it's used, and just don't let it control you. Also, like looking at those the high pull movements again, like this, where sometimes people come in and stretch. I personally, in the past, have actually hurt my shoulder from overstretching, so you got to be very careful with this movement. Go with your comfort, okay? What about you feel comfortable in stretching? When you get to the top of the movement as well, use that gauge, feel it. Like I get a nice lat stretch here. Some people might get it here. Some people might extend forward and feel better as well. Play around with it. See what feels good. Nice.
Big set next one?
Yeah.
I'll normally do 2 to 3 high intensity ones.
Detail as he pulls through. Next level. Working. You get the full effect of a videographer. So you just place it far away, because my mate does that. He places like very far and then just records.
I might do this one by hand, man.
Alright, so last movement. Low row.
For one, we're getting Jamie in the background as well.
Yeah. That's our paid actor over there as well. So yeah.
It was funny when I was setting up the camera, full glute shot.
Only glutes.
Yeah. Boy, bro, these are
I only wore Nike for like 11 years, like I was fucking sponsored by the brand.
Honestly, these are the most comfortable. I don't care what anyone says.
Awesome.
They are so comfortable, bro. For walking around, bro.
I don't even have a single set of Adidas, so I'm gonna have to get up to train.
Bro, just try them. Try them when you get to the shops the next time. You'll fall in love, bro. Oh, nice.
Mate, that could have saved me thousands over the years.
If you need anything from New Balance, let me know.
That's what I thought. It actually cost me.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
Because
basically
you know.
losing money if I
Yep.
don't.
Nice, man. I like because they play a bit of punk rock in this gym as well.
Yeah, oh bro, these takes me back. Actually quite interesting. I'm gonna do a description actually when I get on, because I can only do it by the feel. Just I feel like just based on how I sit and how I activate, so like the if I keep everything down and locked in here, I can get a very nice lower lat.
Yep.
Pull. If I sit up with my chest up, a bit higher lat. So I always like sit in, but it's hard when I do double because I usually do this as a
gotcha.
single.
You do a single, right? Yep.
So if I hold it like a lower displacement and keep my elbows in, and then press my chest into the machine, I get more of a lower
You got
lat.
those pillows on the front of your torso. I don't quite have those, man.
What are you talking about?
Nice, dude. Good job. You can see it, man, right through here.
Alright, last set, bring it home. Let's go. Nice. Good. See every detail. Actual nuts. Good. Solid. Good. Nice.
I'll do a little droppy on this one, just being the last.
10.
Yeah, just a 10, man.
Woo.
I find
Finish it off with a nice little drop set.
just to get a bit more range.
Yeah,
Like almost some of those ISOs that you did were
yeah.
on that T-bar. They're still feeling it in my back.
You're still getting the feels in this one. Nice. Woo. Let's go. Nice, bro. Solid. Solid, bro. Nice. Good. Push. Good. Can we drop the 20 after? Another drop?
Let's go another, and we'll chuck that 10 back on.
Yeah, might as well.
Mate, look at us. We're like an F1 pit crew. Okay.
Nice. Woo. And that drop set in. Woo. Nice. Woo. Push. Good. Let's go. Good. Absolutely destroying the back. Getting that nice little finish around there. Well,
6 to go.
woo. Let's go.
Set.
Yeah.
Just so I can really make sure I'm taking it through.
through the range.
That
'Cause
full
that's what
scapular
that's when we
retraction.
start to like lose that range after a certain point once it gets heavier.
All right, last set here, man. Time to toast the back. Nice, bro. Right through here. Let's go. Squeeze. And up here. Nice. Let's go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice. And again. Drive, drive, drive. Good. That's it. Couple of partials, man. You got it. You got it. Nice. Good. Two-man job. Good. Again. Good. Nice. Here we go. Again, squeeze. Squeeze. Beautiful. One more to go.
Fuck, feel it. Oh, that's good.
Okay, finish strong now, man. Drive those elbows back. Good. Again, drive. Nice. Here we go. Every rep from here. Okay, easy. Grip and rip, man. Grip and rip. Yep. Go again. Squeeze. And again, squeeze. Nice. Couple of partials, you got it. And again, yes, go, go, go. Well done, man. Nice. Excellent. Great set, dude.
That was mad, bro.
How's that back feeling?
Pumped. And I can
Mate,
feel.
I'm sure you've got this 100 times. You know who you look like? Is it William Bonyak?
Bonnak, yes.
Bonnak?
Yeah.
Man, I thought I was spotting him right there. It was like I was about to get
that's
out
a
the
mad
permanent
compliment.
texter and ask for an autograph. I think because your beard's a little longer, right?
Uncle Bonnak, if you're watching this,
Mate, what a beast.
he's a legend.
Obviously, we hammered through the back. We hit it from a few different angles. We did a couple of lat movements, a couple of row base movements, and then just for a bit of icing on the cake, we finished off with a couple on the triceps. And that last one, that last combo that Kwame just showed me, like honestly, I haven't had a pump like that in my triceps for a very long time. So give that one a go. The bicycle pump, it took a little while to get used to. I was just saying off camera to Kwame, my body after so many years wanted to try and keep my elbows tucked and do it like a normal push down. But when I actually got my body over and understood the technique, oh dude, it just blew them up. And then trying to move that rope was, I think we had it down to 17 or 15 kilos and it felt like I was trying to do the stack. Like my elbows did not want to straighten. So I'm gonna be doing this all for the rest of the day. Like I'm trying to give myself a hug just because those triceps, dude, that's smoked.
And same thing with even the lengthened partials that I don't usually do. I'm a back and I could feel a mad effect, but more importantly, actually, I felt more of a bit of a relief in my shoulders, which was good for me.
Yep.
And something to take on board. Good stretch in the lats as well. So again, like, that's what we do. We're bringing our experience and our knowledge and these tips to try and help you guys as much as possible as well. So if you guys want to see more, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe button, share it around. Ask any questions below. Don't be scared. Like, we want to help you guys as much as possible as well too. And you know, we're going to improve that gym bro community. So we might learn from you. So drop something in the comments as well too. I love little debates and arguments. So bring it, bring all the smoke, fam. Bring all the smoke.
That was great. And like I said to Kwame, we both said it's not the first or last time that we're doing some collabs like this. So yeah, let us know what you want to see, what you liked, what you didn't like, and we'll try and always tailor things in the future and keep these coming. I'm going to go get some ice peas to put on these arms, man. I'm done. All right,
Time
excellent.
to throw some skids. Let's
Awesome,
go.
man.
Let's go. Good stuff.